Good evening. At this time, I'd like to call the January 8th, 2024 Alexander County Board of County Commissioners meeting into order. At this time, I will recognize Vice Chairman Ronnie Reese for our invocation, and following that invocation, Commissioner Marty Pennell for the Pledge of Allegiance. If you would please join us.
I'll pray. Father, Lord, we thank you for the day that you give into us, all the blessings that we have. Thank you for protection that you give to us each day. Pray for all our county employees, our fire and safety and emergency services, Sheriff's Department, Highway Patrol, all those that protect us each day. Pray for each person that's here this evening, that they'd have a safe trip back to their homes. Give us wisdom that we make wise decisions as we move Alexander County forward. And we thank you for the day and thank you for all that you do for us. In Christ's name, amen.
If you would, direct your attention to the flag. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Be seated. At this time, I would ask any commissioner if they have a report. If not, we will move on. Item number 5, adoption of the agenda. Gentlemen, would anyone like to make a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as given in our booklets.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you. Moving on, public comment. We do have one party, I guess you'd say, that has signed up for public comment. Folks, I have a neat little rule sheet that's just states I guess it's state law pertaining to public comment. And first let me say we always welcome public comment, so don't feel like this is to belittle you and or limit you, from speaking. And I'll just read this. Alexander County Board of County Commissioners public comment, January 8th, 2024. The public comment period is intended to allow the Board of Commissioners an opportunity to listen to citizens' comments and concerns. It is not a time for the board to discuss issues or answer impromptu questions. A time period of 15 minutes has been established for public comment at the beginning of the first regular meeting of each month. Length of comment for each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. Please select one spokesperson to represent a group of citizens with the same concerns or questions. Comments are to be directed to the board as a whole and not to individual members. Citizens will be expected to be civil and courteous in their language and limit comments to issues of public concern. Topics requiring further investigation will be referred to the appropriate county officials or staff and may be scheduled for future agenda. Any citizen wishing to address the board during public comment shall call the clerk to the board prior to the meeting to have their names placed on the list. And this evening, we have Craig Childers and Loretta, Savory. I'm sorry, I couldn't tell if that was a V or an R. So, Mr. Childers and Ms. Savory, if you would please come to the podium, and we're here to listen.
Okay, my name's Loretta Savory. I have pickleball as my passion. I've probably done it for like 10 years. I've traveled the whole country and won gold medals in nationals and also the U.S. Open. I started many places around here. I did Beach Mountain for 3 years. I did Morganton. I did Mulberry. I did Valdez, Hickory, and the Rock Barn. I started all of them, and they're all grown double, triple almost. It reduces obesity. It brings people together. You cannot play this game without laughing. It routinely puts 10,000 steps onto your Fitbit. It's one of those things that you can play at any age level, and it brings communities together, and it helps the economy because people, when I was traveling, I wanted to go somewhere that had a pickleball court where I could play. I lived in Lenore for 10 years. And I learned playing pickleball in Arizona. I won the Masters and won the Nationals and the US Open. And I've taught the ratings clinic. And my daughter Christine lives here in Taylorsville and works for Alexander County DSS and Child Support. She has 3 boys. She also coaches T-ball for the county. So I can teach and get the program up and running. And I was ambassador for the USA Pickleball Association for many years. It's more than just a game. It's one of those games that doesn't cost hardly anything to get going. You can use painter's tape on the courts, and they don't damage the surface. We just need to find a place to play. Most of them start indoors because of your weather here, and they usually, there's basketball courts or something that they tape off, so they're able to play in those. None of the places that I've started have shut down. They've just gotten better. And it brings the well-being mentally, physically, and socially, and helps the economy. So my goal is to provide more programs and opportunities to the residents of Taylorsville to get active and be a healthier community. I live in the Villages, Florida. We have 250 courts there, and that's where I learned how to play the game so well. And it'll be here one day, whether we get it started here now, but it will be here because it's 36.5 million people play this sport. So it's one of those things, like I say, everybody can play. It brings families together. It's one of those sports that there's just not a drawback on it at all. And I played, if you've played ping pong or you've played badminton or you've played tennis or any racket sport, you'll be really good at it. It's easy to play. You just have to learn the rules. So.
Thank you. I appreciate Loretta sharing. It's a coincidence that I met her at the Y, and I'm glad that she adds credibility to this game. And I feel like that the people of Alexander County, once they realize what a great sport it is, it's a sport that little ones can play. It's really great for us old folks, and you don't have to be aggressively skilled like this lady here. But I played with some people in Oak Hill, and you just come together on different skill levels, and it's just the reason it's growing so much is because it's such a versatile sport of ping pong and tennis, and you could just enjoy it together. We're just looking for some venues here, like a gymnasium or somewhere. You can line off 2 courts. You can take a gym and make 2 courts, or a tennis court. I'm thinking about the J.C. Park, the old course down there in the flats. Be a great opportunity there to have 4 pickleball courts there and just put up some lights. And we know that you have to start slow, but we're just trying to get the idea and see what we do with it. Perhaps even get a grant some way, somehow. That would be a wonderful thing. It's just going to add to the activities here in this county. And I think as people come, they say, "Where's your pickleball court?" And we need some. We have them in Bethlehem. I'm happy that you guys have voted to redo those, and that's wonderful. But here in Taylorsville, we need something close. So we thank you for listening to us tonight, and thank you for all you do. And we just hope that perhaps we can inspire some interest in this wonderful game. And I'm just getting my feet a little wet, but I can't wait to really enjoy this fastest growing sport in America. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just one comment. Like Mr. Childers alluded to, the Bethlehem Park renovations do include converting, some of the existing tennis courts to pickleball courts. I can say I have never played pickleball, not because, honestly, I'm busy and lazy. But I have quite a few, relatives and friends that play regularly. And right now, most of my relatives and friends, are playing in Hickory, or are playing, they're going somewhere else to play because as of right now, there's nowhere in Alexander County to play pickleball. And we appreciate the information, as well as I'm impressed by your pickleball heritage and abilities. and real accomplishments. So thank you. Moving on. Agenda item number 7. We have a public hearing for approval of road names. Just a note, when we do get to the point in this particular item where we will vote, I will recuse myself simply because, one or so of the roads are actually on property that I own, or new roads will be. So I will recuse myself from that for that reason. With this, gentlemen, do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
Make a motion to open public hearing for road names.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Public hearing is now open. With it being a public hearing, obviously, anyone in the public is welcome to speak. So if there are any questions or concerns, you're welcome to participate. County Manager Shane Fox, if you would take it, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Board of Commissioners. Thank you for allowing me to present this topic tonight. Staff requests the approval of the following road names as listed below and within your packet. The names meet regulations as required, and the names have been checked for duplication, sound indexing, et cetera. 2 road names are before you. This is road number 1149, JLC, road name Plantation Drive, and locations off Heritage Farm Road. Second one is 1149 JL, road name is Turnberry Lane, and location again is off Heritage Farm Road. Staff would also like to request at this time approval of the following private road name as listed below: Evening Shade Lane to Pope Mountain Drive. So those are the 3 names that are before you tonight for consideration.
With this being a public hearing, does anyone have any questions or concerns, or would anyone like to speak? If not, gentlemen, do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Make a motion to close public hearing.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. I will now ask for a motion pertaining to the road name presented.
Make a motion to approve changing the road names from 1149 JLC to Plantation Drive, 1149 JL to Turnberry Lane. Make a motion to approve those changes.
How about even shade?
And Evening Shade to Pope Mountain Drive. Thank you.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion passes unanimously with 1 abstention. Next item, County Manager Shane Fox, if you would remain there, please. Revised 2024 Commissioners Meeting Schedule.
Yes, sir. Thank you again, for Commissioners, for allowing me to present this particular item. When we presented in November the 2024 Commissioners meeting schedule, we did inadvertently schedule a Board of Commissioners meeting on September the 2nd, which is Labor Day. So we're asking for your consideration to change the September the 2nd, 2024 date to September the 9th, the following Monday, which is not Labor Day, as being our September board meeting date.
I make a motion that we approve the amended commission schedule for 2024 as presented by County Manager Shane Fox.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you very much. And item number 9 on the agenda, budget amendments, number 12 through 14. Mr. Fox.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chair. You do have before you 3 board budget amendments tonight for consideration. All 3 of these are a little bit different in the nature in which they are being presented. So number 12, we'll start with, are 3 new grant sources. The first coming from the Health Department, the second DSS, and the third library. So again, these are new revenue sources coming in to the county and expenditures being budgeted to go out. So that is number 12. Again, these are new revenue sources coming in with expenditures going back out based on those 3 grants. Number 2, or number 13, should say, is essentially transferring money. This is part of the $750,000 that the state allocated to us, we are asking for $327,000 to be put towards that $750 to pay for the initial programming fees that were accumulated and incurred during the programming phases for the courthouse. So again, we're asking for $327,000 of that $750 to be expended. Again, that's not new money, that's money that's currently sitting out there, and we're asking to utilize that. The third one is also budget or grant related. It's grant reimbursement from the Streamflow Rehabilitation Assistance Program. It's $819 that was left over after the original grant. We're asking to expend that money. So again, number 12, 13, and 14, none of which is utilizing fund balance or asking for additional expenditures that don't have revenues associated with them. So I'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have with regards to these three budget amendments.
Any questions?
Mr. Fox, does that clear up all of the stream money now?
It does in this pot. So we do have potentially more money that's out there, but this is closing out the pot of money that we utilized for these projects.
I'd just like to say too, I think correcting this is the correct number of like 12, 13, and 14. That's the actual number
Yes.
we have had.
Yes, sir.
Year to date.
Yeah, for comparable sake, we were at 35 at this time last year and 55 the year before.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Thank you.
Certainly.
Make a motion to approve budget amendments 12, 13, and 14 as given.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 10, consent agenda. Gentlemen, you have had the opportunity to look through and go over the consent agenda that was provided in our information. Do I have a motion to approve?
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda as stated.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you very much. Moving right along. Item number 11, County Manager's Report. I give you County Manager Shane Fox once again.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you to the Board of Commissioners for the meeting tonight. Do want to give an update on some of the projects that we have going on in the county. We've had a busy few weeks in putting things out for bids and not quite ready to receive those back, but we'll start with our Wittenberg Beach project, which was a partnership with Duke Energy. Our final walkthrough with that project's Wednesday, so if all goes according to plan, other than a punch list of items, then Duke Energy will be turning over that project to the county, potentially on Wednesday. So again, our final walkthrough for that project's on Wednesday. Had a chance to go out last week with a couple staff and walk through initially and go ahead and plan on a couple items to be addressed hopefully by tomorrow or by Wednesday. But again, that project is moving along. That's a partnership that you're well aware of with Duke Energy and providing a beach access to Lake Hickory, along with concession stands, bathrooms, walking trail, and exercise area that's out there. So plan right now is to have that final walkthrough on Wednesday. The Bethlehem Park project that was mentioned earlier is currently out for bid. We did have a pre-bid meeting last week, and we had 6 contractors attend that meeting, so that's we're optimistic that we'll have at least 3 of those return bids, and those bids are due back on January the 16th. And again, that's for the Bethlehem Park project, in which a portion of that is paid for out of the state appropriation money, in which we received this past year. Bowman Court Sewer project is also out for bid. We're expecting pre-bids this Friday. I'm not sure of the number of contractors that will attend, but overall, those bids are due back at the end of the month, so January the 30th, for the Bowman Court Sewer project. Water lines, our extension and expansion project, which is approximately 42,000 linear feet, is not quite ready for bids. We did have some permitting processes that we had to go through over the holidays, and we're close to having those remedied and put out for bid, hopefully by the 1st of February, if not the end of January. Same with our water tank project. Both those projects require extensive amount of permitting, and so we've been waiting on the permits to come through for us to be able to put those out for bids. Again, similar timeline with the Bethlehem Tank Water Project. We're hoping to have that out for bid, hopefully by the end of the month or 1st of February as well. So everything on our end is completed. We're just waiting on the permitting side to be able to put those out for bid Both those projects, like I said, hopefully will go out in the next few weeks, and then we expect to have about a 30-day advertisement for each one of those. So I would expect the Bethlehem Park project and the sewer project to come before you at the February meeting, and optimistic that the water lines and the tank would come at the March meeting. So we'll have to wait and see how quickly the permitting continues to go. Fire training facility is moving along, so we do have some welding of the steps and the railing, along with painting the current boxes that are out there, or the containers that are out there. The containers have been set, that work is done, just waiting on the welding to be completed. So again, we're optimistic in the next few weeks the welding will take place, and then a final coat of paint on it, along with putting in a water tap with the city of Hickory, and that project hopefully will be completed optimistically by spring is our goal. A couple other things that took place with the latest appropriations with the state. EMS Station 1 expansion surveying work is complete, so we do have that surveying work done. The floor plan is also complete, so we're now into design drawings on that, and hoping to have that out for bid just as soon as we get those design drawings back. So that's currently sitting with the architect and waiting on his drawings back for us to be able to put that out for bid. And the same with the health department canopy as well. So those are just some brief updates on some of the projects that we're having going on in the county. I'll stop there just for a moment, see if you have any questions on any of the projects. Lastly, I'll say that I think everybody here is aware with school closures tomorrow, just be weather aware, be weather aware of any severe weather, rain and winds. We did have a meeting today with our emergency management folks, and we're expecting, as most of you know, 3 to 5 inches of rain with pretty substantial amounts of wind within that. So we do expect power outages. We do have 2 Swiftwater teams that are on standby with Bethlehem and the rescue squad, just in case we have any type of needs for them. Hopefully we'll not, but we are being proactive and taking a proactive approach towards the weather that is coming in. And hopefully we'll be on the side of caution there. With that, that's my update for the night, unless you have any questions for
I
anything.
have one question.
Certainly.
In regards to our health department, do we have a generator on site in case there's an outage there?
We do. We have a backup plan, so we're still waiting. We do have one additional requirement with the fuel line to have that connected, but we do have a plan B until we get that connected, since
Okay.
after our last issue that we had there.
Ms. Fox, one question, well, and kind of, I guess, a comment or a question. You shared information that Bethlehem Volunteer Fire Department had just officially become heavy rescue certified.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
What, is Bethlehem the only fire department, or, fire department in the county that is heavy rescue
Currently, that is the
currently?
case. Yes.
I know, Stony Point is, they're rescue certified. They are rescue certified to some level, correct? And, or any of the other fire departments?
Yeah, Vashti just went to medium rescue, so that's completed as
Okay, so
well.
Vashti is medium rescue.
And we have several other fire departments that are looking into becoming medium or heavy rescue. So we have extended out the offer from the county to help or assist in any way that we possibly can. So Bethlehem and Vashti both were on the agenda month before last for you to approve their application, and both have been approved. So Bethlehem has gone to heavy, and Vashti has gone to medium rescue.
That's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
You can never have too many people ready to,
That's right.
to help if things get out of hand.
Certainly.
We need help. That's what we need.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
We will now move into closed session per North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A 4, 5, and 6 for the purposes of economic development, contractual obligations, and personnel issues. We will reconvene for the purpose of adjournment only. So at this time, we will be recessed. Thank you very much for being here. Oh, yeah, I'll say we gotta have a motion. I'm sorry about that.
Make a motion to go into closed session per that statute you just said.
There we go.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, please raise your right hand. Thank you.